All right, guys. So Anthony Joshua says that he's boxed Joe Joyce and stopped him in one round, and he says he'll do the same today. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop your comments in the comment section below. Do you guys, what do you guys think about Anthony Joshua? Obviously, probably not going to be fighting Usyk right now. No, he's out here, looking for an interim fight. They've batted around the name about Otto Wallin. They've batted around the name of, Joe Joyce. They've even talked about fighting Deontay Wilder. What say you? Who do you guys want to see Anthony Joshua fight next? Before at some point taking on Alexander Usyk. But Anthony Joshua is talking about, knocking out Joe Joyce in one round. Mr. Juggernaut himself, Mr. Granite Chin, Mr. Dense Bones, Mr. 7 times normal human bone density. Well, that's what Sam Jones and Joe Joyce says, but to be honest, this is believable because to be honest, this guy, Joe Joyce, flush shots on the chin, Takam, Dubois, nothing even moves this guy. So I don't know. Obviously, Anthony Joshua says that he's obviously boxed Joe Joyce, and I'm guessing it's probably in the GB setup, back in the amateurs. That's probably when he most likely probably done a lot of sparring with Joe Joyce. But I never really like to talk about people talking about amateur boxing. It's a totally different ball game. Once you get into like the professional ranks and things in that sense, you can't really just say, so I knocked someone out in amateurs, or I knocked someone out at GB, so that means I'm going to knock them out now. Joe Joyce is a different beast. Go check out how Joe Joyce even used to look in the ring when he was fighting in Rio, when he fought Tony Yoka. Physically, he's a different specimen right now. That guy is a tank, bro. Joe Joyce is a tank. Let's not even he's big. He's a naturally bigger man than AJ. He's definitely got a better chin than AJ. And if you think you're just gonna go and blow out someone like Joe Joyce in one round, Anthony Joshua must think this is what do you call it? What's this guy? Dominic Brazil settings or something? Because Dominic Brazil obviously is slow, cumbersome, and things of that sense. This is Joe Joyce. He ain't no Dominic Brazil. He's a weird guy. Like Joe Joyce, yeah. It's like his hands are not that quick, but he's very athletically gifted in terms of like his movement and things like that. Like he even used to do, I think he's played rugby, he's done athletics, like he's a naturally gifted athlete. Like if he wanted to do rugby, just look at him. He could have done it. So that's just the way it is, man. Joe Joyce, I think a lot of people have been underestimating Joe Joyce for quite a while. They think he's not got good hand speed. They think he's gonna go there and get chin. But what's gonna happen when Joe Joyce gets chinned and nothing happens? When you hit him on the chin clean, and this guy just still there walking forward, bro, it's game over, bro. If AJ can't knock Joe Joyce out, he's gonna end up getting stopped. I'm telling you guys now. If you can't knock Joe Joyce out, can't flatten this guy or put a dent in him, and he's gonna keep, and he's a machine. He's gonna keep walking forward, throwing hands, letting his hands go. You're getting tired. Listen, a recipe for disaster. You underestimate Joe Joyce at your own peril. But a lot of the question mark I do have about obviously Joe Joyce though is that obviously he got hit by Dubois, but I haven't seen, obviously we haven't seen him take bombardment from like an AJ or take a flush shot from someone like a Deontay Wilder, or he has to take a flush shot from a clean left hook from someone like a Dillian White, or obviously Povetkin's retired to take a clean bang shot on the chin, one of them devastating uppercuts from Povetkin. So it'd be interesting to see how Joe Joyce handles in a notified puncher, because obviously he got clipped by Daniel Dubois. And then some people started to say, oh, Dubois is not really a big puncher. You man said that he's a big puncher before Joe Joyce stopped him. So, if Joe Joyce goes in there, he gets hit by certain shots and nothing's happening, calling it now, AJ gets stopped late rounds. Mid to late rounds, AJ gets up because the guy's got an engine. If you can't stop Joe Joyce and the engine keeps motoring, the pedals keep pedaling, the motors keep motoring, you're gonna find yourself in a heap of trouble if you can't get Joe Joyce out of there. So I'll be surprised if Anthony Joshua does go and fight Joe Joyce, because they say this, but the people behind the scenes know Joe Joyce is a problem. They know Joe Joyce is a problem. He ain't no cream puff. He ain't no tin can, cream puff, pudding, cab driver or milkman. This guy is the juggernaut, and if you ain't ready, man will get juggernauted, cuz. So you have to be careful out here fighting people like Joe Joyce. I know Josh was talked about fighting Otto Wallin. That Otto Wallin in himself is a tricky fight. He caused Tyson Fury a lot of problems, so he's not very an easy fight in himself. What else we got here? Yeah, obviously even sparred Otto Wallin. He sparred Otto Wallin. And you know what? I don't like seeing fights here where them man have sparred. It looks like how can you be like, oh, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna beat this guy? You sparred, man. It's like you know each other. Like I want to see I don't manufacture animosity. Or this, I'm my sparring partner. You've boxed each other in the ring. You have an idea. So if Joshua fights Otto Wallin, he's tricky. Obviously, he caused Tyson Fury problems, and Otto Wallin will probably take the payday. But I highly suspect that Anthony Joshua will get the job done against Otto Wallin. Not an easy fight though, but I expect he'll get the job done. And it talks about Anthony Joshua, wanting to fight Deontay Wilder. I'm gonna make a separate video about that one. But yeah, man, what do you guys think about Anthony Joshua possibly taking on Joe Joyce? Joe Joyce talked about the fight happening in Nigeria. Got the Igbo versus Yoruba settings. Probably going to do mad pay-per-views if they fight, the build-up and stuff. But it'll be interesting to see the press conference dynamic between Joe Joyce and Anthony Joshua, because Joe Joyce is not really someone to really set the press conference ablaze like that. And neither is AJ unless really provoked. So I don't know. Probably just going to be a professional fest. This is the fight. It's a fight to it's British Olympic silver medalist versus Olympic gold medalist. This is going to be a very interesting fight. Let's see what's going to happen. Who's the best of Britain? etc. But man, let's see what happens, man. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys think about Anthony Joshua versus Joe Joyce. Does Anthony Joshua knock out Joe Joyce in one round? Is that even possible? Is the juggernaut's chin too good? Is the bone density too strong? Is it impossible to knock him out? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys are saying about this one. Cool.